So if you catch me smiling ear to ear and looking a little off and looking like a bit of an idiot during this entire video, I'm a huge car guy. I love cars, and I took the Lambo out through some back roads, and we did hit some snow, and I've got summer racing tires on this thing, and so it was an amazing drive full of close calls and fishtailing, and it was super, super fun. And now I'm like a little kid in a candy shop just being like, that was amazing. And anywho, so just so you know, that's where I'm coming from energetically here. And I thought, let's grab the camera and talk about something that I'm so freaking passionate about. What you're going to see a lot more of, by the way, is we talk a lot about mindset. I try to do a video every week on mindset, but what I want to start blending it with is like the financial education or mindset mixed with money, and ultimately blending the two topics together, because to me mindset is the most important, and identity work and understanding who we are and what we want. I mean, right down to the basics is you ask most people what they want, and they're just like, well, I want money and I want a big house and I want a nice car. Like, oh, can we get a little more specific? They haven't really even thought about it. And what I find is they usually just haven't given themselves permission, and no one's given them permission to actually start dreaming. We did an exercise on a Monday mindset call in the UIG maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and the feedback I got actually really shocked me, and I love it. Like, we're going to keep doing more of it. But we were talking about, I was getting people to share their kind of dreams and goals. And then I said, okay, if you had a magic wand, like there was no one who told you you couldn't go bigger, let's 10x that. There's no lack, there's no scarcity, there's more than enough, and you winning takes nothing away from someone else. Let's 10x it. And then people started sharing, and it actually became juicy. It wasn't just like, oh, I just want kind of like a house, or I want my mortgage paid off. It's like, I don't know, what about a house in the Caribbean? And it doesn't have to be all material stuff, but you get the point. Well, let's 10x that. Let's go bigger. Let's go bigger. Let's go bigger. You could not fail. And people got really emotional. I had some messages of like, I've never done that. I've been taught to just play so small, and I'm so tired of it. I know what that's like. Like me getting a Lambo as a kid, I always had posters of Lambos on my wall. It's like me getting a Lambo doesn't take anything away from anyone else. Scarcity-minded people will say it does for whatever reason. It doesn't. In fact, it paid a lot of wages and a lot of things and a lot of people and a lot of accountants and a lot of I think people have just been, their dreams and their goals and the stuff they absolutely love. I don't care what anyone thinks of me from a Lambo. You should see me in the messages I get, oh, just another dude in his Lambo. I don't give a fuck. If I was not on social media and I lived on a deserted island, I'd have a 100-car collection. I love cars. Fashion sense, this is probably a $15 sweater, and I could care less. Like, I wear the same thing every day. I have 8 pairs of black jeans and like 4 black sweaters and like 8 black t-shirts and 2 pairs of shoes that are the identical, and I look the exact same. Every time you see me, I'm pretty much looking the exact same. But there are some things that just inspire me. Why wouldn't you want them? And what's cool is like when you get them, you start inspiring others. I could have bought this Lambo 2 years before I bought it. I was thinking about getting one, and I was so terrified of what people would think of me if I got it. And so I didn't. I wrestled with it for 2 years. Finally, I said, I'm going to get it. And I'm sure some people hate me for it, but how many kids I've allowed, like when I drive, a dad oftentimes will pull me over and say, my son's freaking out, and I will stop what I'm doing, and I'm like, get your son in here, and they jump in here, and they rev the engine, and they take photos, and it's amazing. I've shared it with so many people. And I hope it's inspired some to say, whoa, maybe I got to start thinking about bigger. In fact, like I kind of feel like that's part of my purpose on the planet. It's like, why are you thinking so small? What if there was no failure and you could get anything you want? What would that look like? And so the point I'm making there is financially we place ceilings on ourselves. Abundance levels, levels of joy, level of adventure. And then we start just thinking small and being okay with the little scraps. You're made in God's image. The components that make up your body were made in the stars. In fact, if you sit and you think about everything that had to happen to bring you here to this moment, your brain, there's no way your brain can wrap around it. You're going to be in complete awe of the miracle. And then we just start settling for just enough, for just the scraps. And I don't want to make this some motivational video that's just going to be like, oh, I'm so fired up, and then do nothing with it. It's like we have to care. It has to be such a part of who we are. Like we know we are brilliant. We're amazing. We are kings and queens. We're emperors and empresses. It is who you are. And I'm a king, and you're a king, and you're a queen. Me being a king doesn't take away from you being, me being the best doesn't take away from you being the best. It's not something that we just listen to once and get revved up. It has to become a part of our identity. You can have it all. You don't have to settle for the scraps. And so the point I'm making with that, and we're already 6 minutes into this video, is that I want to ensure that we are mixing that mindset and that identity work that I think is so damn important. In fact, it's the most important, with some financial education, or at least talking about money. And how I'm hoping to join this video together with money is like, why are we setting such a small target? I shared a video last week where, like, statistically only out of 100 people, 95 never become financially free, although they work 40 plus years. Only 5%, 5 people out of 100 in North America end up in a place where they're financially taken care of. What? That blows my mind. Why is the majority settling for so little? There's more than enough. They print more of it every day, and there's more technology. I love crypto and DeFi. We're in very early, and it's only going to get bigger. There's ideas turn into things, things turn into businesses, businesses turn into jobs. There's more and more money created. There's more than enough for everyone. For you too. More than enough. Whatever you desire, you could have it, and you having it doesn't take away from anyone else. If you understand the monetary system, you'll understand that it just simply doesn't. You actually create jobs when you become a consumer. So if you make a ton of money and you get a cool 2-3 houses, you'll probably hire people to take care of those houses. You're also supporting the real estate agents, and now you're supporting the gardeners and the electricians and the painters and the gardeners. It's like, this is how money works. And so you getting those things or doing those things that you want, you're not taking away from anyone else. In fact, you're adding to others, and you're inspiring others along the way. When did we start thinking so small? Honestly, after this video is over, just pause it, maybe give a comment and a like, and just like share this video with someone, because that supports us and helps us. But even if you don't, you're going to get off this video and you're going to sit down and you're going to ask yourself the question, when did I start settling for just enough? I did this exercise in a seminar I was in. It was in San Diego. I was 26. I spent my last dollar to be there, which is why I'm such a big believer in seminars and in-person stuff. We're holding our own in June. By the time this video comes out, it may be sold out. If you do want info, let me know in the comments. I'm huge on that. And I was asked that question, and I think we had like 10, 20 minutes to really sink our teeth into it. And I started crying at the end. Because when I traced back the steps, I could literally trace it back to the moment where that little Lucas's heart was broken multiple times. And he started playing just to survive, or just for the scraps. All that worthiness and all that playfulness and that imagination as a kid, like I can track down to the moments where that was taken from me. And then you start playing it safe, and then life keeps beating you down, and now you're just settling for the scraps. And I just got super emotional because I identified when that started happening for me, and I made a decision to change it. I was writing my journal yesterday, and if you read it, you may think like, oh, this guy's full of himself. I'm like, when I say I'm a king, I'm an emperor, this is my empire, I have a queen, I have a son, he's the prince. We rule Kelowna, which we're moving to, and we have this castle on a mountain, and it's just like, I visualize that stuff, have for over a decade. And just because I'm the king of my castle doesn't mean you're not the king or not the queen of your castle. We can have multiple castles. We can all be kings. We can all be queens. I think once we start believing that, and we start raising the ceiling of what we even think is possible for us, what we even allow, you'd be amazed at how quickly life starts changing because you start seeing the world through a different lens. You start seeing opportunities you never saw before. You start saying yes to stuff you would have never said yes to. Because you're worthy of it. You deserve to be in that room. You deserve to have that conversation, that dream. You'll start making steps in directions for things you want in your life that you wouldn't have done before due to fear. So first of all, I could make this video very long, so I'm going to start wrapping it up here. If you want more videos like this, let me know in the comments. I'll keep making it. This is the stuff I genuinely, truly love. Crypto, DeFi, investing, it's fun. At some point, your money will really start working for you, and you can buy Lambos and whatever it is you want. But the true transformation is in those shifts we make as human beings, the internal shifts we make. I'm like, that's what lights me up the most, because I know when that clicks for someone, the money, the investing, the rest will take care of itself. There's a really great book. I'll leave you with this, actually. If you want to grab a book, it's called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. I read that in my mid-20s, and I've reread that every year since then. It's always a brand new book because my level of consciousness or my awareness shifts and expands year to year. So you see things in a book that you never saw before. I think we live in a culture where we just consume, and we want new. I'm just like, no, I'm going to reread the old stuff that had an impact, and every time I reread it, there's something new in there. Anywho, maybe that's a topic for a different video on how I study and how I organize the information that comes to me on a daily basis when I study. But that book talked about a financial thermostat, and I started realizing how low I had mine set. That book was really transformative for me, so maybe it will for you as well. The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. Do grab it, or if someone don't post affiliate links, don't be that guy or girl, but do post maybe the title or a link to it for Amazon or something below, or the Google search of it. But it's The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. I would highly recommend studying that book and then doing the exercises in the book, and start realizing where your thermostat is set so low on the levels of joy and abundance and financial success and relationships you can have in your life and the things you have in your life, and we just limit ourselves. And it always comes down from we don't even feel worthy for it in the first place. When we start tackling that piece, you realize what you're actually made of. I got a 4-month-old, and I know they're still kind of figuring that they can't put things together, but I've seen 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds, when they play, their imagination is limitless. We can have that back. It's still in you, which is why it's been so refreshing having a kid and just watching him grow, because I play with him all the time and I get to it's like we lose parts of that. And I think it's so sad that we do, and then society. Anyways, I'll wrap this video up here. I hope this helped or served you in some way. If you do want more content like this, do let me know if you liked this video, if it was helpful for you, and only if you liked it. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Let me know how I can support you at Rubixinator on Instagram. Give it a follow. And with that said, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.